welcome back to Watching the Game. I'm your host, as always, Odeh, joined by my least favorite co-host, Idrees, and Yunis will be joining us a little later on. So what do we have on the docket today? We have some big things to talk about.
Yeah, so let's start with the NBA, in which, the Chicago Bulls have already claimed the title. They're just so good. And, just there is no reason to think this team will not win it all. As you could see, look at what they just did to the Celtics. All right, don't ignore what happened before that. Just look at the Celtics game. There's nothing to accept. There's nothing
except for the
accept.
30-point loss.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened. All right. I spent my Saturday night playing basketball at the United Center. I didn't see anything. That's all that happened.
It's not true.
I don't know what you're talking about. Man.
Talk to Donovan Mitchell before he put on his masterclass.
I was told Donovan Mitchell wasn't good. Or I was told he wasn't worth the draft picks. By fools on Twitter. Of course. Who do you think? They said he wasn't a winning player. They say he wasn't a winning player.
Well, you put Michael Jordan on that team, they're not winning it. That's a lot. But my point still stands. He wasn't even trying towards the end of his time at the Jazz.
Oh yeah, I could tell. That was some BS, dude. He was playing extremely good defense this week, and I'm like, bro, why didn't you do that with Utah, you douche? It was very rude.
He didn't care.
Rudy Gobert deserves better. How could he do this to Rudy Gobert?
I watched interviews, and they're like he came in and he talked to the people. He talked to the guys on our team. He's like, I don't want to come in to mess up our defensive rating. He wants to be part of our great defense. So all of a sudden now he's trying and actively trying to be a good defender. I'm all here for it because we already have Darius Garland. Now we bring in Donovan Mitchell. That's a mini backcourt when they're healthy. So.
Yeah, it's nice to see him actually playing some defense, but I just wish he had done it in Utah. This is very bogus of him. Anyhow, I think through 1 week, we can clearly see who, first of all, the East stronger than the West. It's close, but I think the East is stronger.
I mean, so? I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
I think there's about
in the East. You got Milwaukee. You got Philly. You got. I mean, I know Philly was is 1-3 right now, but they haven't been bad.
Philly's mid right now.
Yeah, but they're gonna bounce back.
My thing is, I have in the West. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see everyone except the Jazz, Spurs, Kings, and Rockets. No, not Kings. Thunder and Rockets. I see 11 teams competing for the 8 playoff spots. So, and then in the East, I don't think the Hornets get anywhere close. I don't think the Knicks get anywhere close.
Whoa. Slow it down and roll. The Knicks are going to be a play-in team.
Yeah, they're going to be a playing team, but that's just because they're going to be bad and be the 9 or 10 seed. They're not going to be seriously. My point is in the West, the 9 or 10 seed, they're going to be able if they get in, they can make a little bit of noise, take the 1 seed to 5 or 6. The East, that's not happening in the East. The
East is more top heavy. I can understand that. The East is more top heavy relative to the West. I mean, but I don't know, man. That's the thing. The East, I'd say there's 7 teams going for the top 6. And I could see them finishing in any order, whereas in the West, I'm like, bro, do we really think any teams finishing above the Warriors or the Clippers. I don't really think so. No disrespect whatsoever, but I just don't see it. You know, maybe the Pelicans. You know, the Pelicans are dangerous. I don't know. Like, y'all better.
I can argue for the Timberwolves being a top seed if they get their shit together because they're built to be a regular season team.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know if you see them the same way I see
them. They're playing pretty badly right now. It's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah.
They're not playing
There's also the Jazz, right?
Well, okay, really? The funny thing is that, so you remember how the Thunder were supposed to suck that year and then they ended up being really good after they traded away Paul George and Russell Westbrook? So
that's gonna happen to them. There's no way.
So like 538 actually had that team as like the 4th or 5th seed, and everyone was like, "What the hell? There's no way." And then that ended up happening, and the same thing is happening with the Jazz, where it's like 538 had them as like a 42-win team, and everyone's like, "Well, no way, they suck." But no, they're looking pretty decent.
But surely not, because at least when you had the Thunder, you had Chris Paul, you had you had SGA, you had what else did they have? Is that all they had?
Schroeder, Gallinari, Steven Adams.
Yeah, they had Schroeder, Gallo. They had a decent team. These guys, the guys on the Jazz, they're a bunch of rejects. Plus Colin Sexton.
Plus Jared Vanderbilt, who I want on the Bulls so badly, bro. Jared Vanderbilt is the exact player we need right now. It's crazy. He's perfect. Like the perfect power forward that we need so badly until Patrick Williams figures out his shit. Just an absolute monster on the glass and on defense. That's the exact thing we need. And he can shoot a little bit. The two things the Bulls need. The two things the Bulls need to see. No, okay. The three things the Bulls need to seriously be a contender this year, other than the things that are like obvious, like obviously DeRozan and Levine are gonna score like almost 25 plus per game, whatever.
Gonna happen on Saturday.
We're not talking about that. Patrick Williams needs to wake the fuck up. First, second, Dalen Terry or somebody needs to act as another 3-and-D wing who can actually hit threes, unlike Derrick Jones Jr. and Javonte Green. And then 3 is they need to find a decent power forward, backup or whatever, just someone like a warm body who can play in the playoffs, because they cannot rely that much on Javonte Green and Derrick Jones Jr. I think if they do that,
Javonte Green
he's good, but he's not. You can't rely on this guy like for long stretches in the playoffs. That's why you need like besides the obvious, like, okay, DeRozan and Levine are gonna be that good, and then Vooch is bouncing back, and Dosumu's good. Oh, the other thing is obviously Lonzo has to come back, but that's like a whole other story. That's how the Bulls can seriously like recapture last year, where they were like 40-21 to start the season, and then they ended like 5-15 or something. It was really bad.
Hypotheticals for this team. Meanwhile, all my team has to do is play basketball. We're gonna be good.
The Cavs.
Sometimes we forget how to play basketball.
The Cavaliers are looking dangerous.
I think we're tied right now with the Magic. We're up by 4.
Magic.
We started Dean Wade today. What do I feel about
What the frick?
It's just JP Bickerstaff. He tried a small starting lineup for 2 games. After Garland got out, and he was like, "No, fuck you, Okoro. You're going to the bench." Okoro has been brutal. Him and Patrick Williams, they are letting both of us down.
Man, we should have just
He has been absolutely brutal.
should have picked Halliburton or something. I don't know.
100%. That would have made much more sense for you guys.
It literally like
Such
I was
nice.
literally thinking like, of course, the year we move up in the lottery is the one year where we literally cannot get anybody good. All the other years, 2018 we moved down a spot. 2019 the Zion draft we moved down 3 spots, bro. 3 goddamn spots.
That's so painful.
And then who? Then we traded all the other picks. Could have had Franz Wagner, but I guess Vooch. If Vooch bounces back, it doesn't matter too much. Ugh.
I think you guys would have took Franz Wagner. You guys would have messed up that pick. You guys would have took like. Hang on, what was taken that draft?
2021, Franz Wagner. Man, Cade, Evan Mobley, all those guys. I was like, bro, if we can somehow finesse this lottery and get like Evan Mobley or Cade Cunningham, that would be insane. Unfortunately,
I would have been heartbroken. You guys would have messed around, drafted Davion Mitchell.
Oh, hell no, bro.
Or Duarte. That would be a Bulls ass pick. You guys would have drafted Duarte.
Oh, bro. Hell. Oh, I would have liked Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga would have been solid for you guys.
I don't know, it just seems like Kuminga just, I don't know, he's like, he actually provides energy. Patrick Williams ain't providing no energy right now. I don't like it. Alright, to stop.
He looks dead out there. Yeah?
To stop harping on this guy. In the East.
That's my guy.
I think we can. Did we ever? I don't think we ever picked the standings. I think so. In the East, like we said, more top heavy. I think I got the 1 seed, Milwaukee, right? Like, Milwaukee or Boston has to be the 1 seed, right? Like, I don't see. Like all the other teams just have just enough problems where you don't think they'll be the 1 seed.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
like Miami, just they don't have.
Miami at this point, I'm gonna call Miami a
Man, that's too far. That's just.
Bro, it's gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point where the people on Heat Twitter are mocking trades for Russell Westbrook. It's like Lowry.
How is that gonna help?
Robinson for
How
Russell
is
Westbrook.
Bro, because you say that and then you look up and it's March and they're like the 4 seed somehow, and you're like, how the hell did that happen? Bro, Heat culture, man.
I just
don't doubt Heat culture. Do not doubt Heat culture.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better apologize to the thousands, the hundreds of thousands of Heat fans who never fill up their stadium. You ever watch a Heat game, bro? Have the top 10 rows are just empty, and people are just like, oh, it's because it's so expensive. I'm like, bro, it might be expensive, but like, if it's expensive, lower the damn prices. And it's not like it's way more than other teams, and other teams are still selling out. What are you guys doing? That's your problem.
Well, yes, it is. Hang on. I'm looking at. That's fine. Just don't show anything. By the way, they're also, what are they, 1-3 or they're 1-3, and all 3 of their games have been at home.
That is awkward. I mean, they've also had a tough start, like Bulls, Celtics, Raptors twice.
Who am I looking at? I'm trying to look at prices for one of their games.
It's also like people in Miami think they have better things to do, aka party.
Yeah, tickets for $23. Section 330. Oh, that's Section 330 though. Hey, let's see. Section. Oh, bro, this stuff. Bro, this 100 section tickets. There's a $2,000 ticket here.
What the frick?
Cheapest 100. Cheapest 100 section ticket. Oh, there's some $100 tickets here.
I was about to say, like, what, 2,000?
It's like this. It's like normal price, kind of.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, dude, why are there none of you here? Like, come on.
Yeah, they're casuals. Ever since LeBron left, LeBron took the love out of. LeBron took the love for basketball out of Miami.
Even like a team that just made the Eastern Conference Finals and was this close to advancing. Come on. Show up. Anyway, back to my thought process. After watching the first week, I think we have enough of a sample size to make some broad claims. So yeah, so my first claim is Bucks as the 1 seed. The only problem I have with picking them over the only problem I have that leads me to pick them over the Celtics is the fact that they're not dealing with a coaching change. And even if everything is the same for the Celtics, the fact is they have a new coach, and that's kind of awkward. So they're not gonna be as good.
Did he got rejected the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, you got like that was kind of bogus that he got ejected. But then Grant Williams got ejected because he was being an idiot, and it's like a whole thing.
And now he's suspended. I think it's gonna be an adjustment period for him, for Missoula, because I mean he's young, and this is his first NBA head coaching job. So even if the team itself, what they're doing isn't changing, he might have maybe him adjusting might have a small effect on the team.
Right. I've got like in the first tier Celtics Bucks or Bucks Celtics. Second tier in the East is Sixers, Bulls, Cavaliers. Who am I forgetting? Sixers, Bulls, Cavaliers, Heat. I guess I'm not dead on the Heat yet. It's just too early. It's not like their losses were blowouts. Like they were pretty close games. The wild card is the Nets. The Nets could be in the first tier. They could be in the second tier. Things could go bad and they could end up in like the third tier with the Hawks, the Knicks, This might be kind of disrespectful to put the Raptors there. No, these are like decent teams that I just don't think are as good as the other ones. So Raptors. Yeah, I think those are your top 10. Then you got like tier 4. Wizards, Magic, Pistons, Pacers. And I'm forgetting somebody. No. Am I forgetting somebody? Charlotte. Charlotte.
Simmons got hurt, but I think he came back.
So the Nets, it's like... I mean, they could be insane. They could be insanely good. But so far, their defense is ass. Even with Simmons.
Simmons has played terrible.
Kyrie and KD are still putting up numbers, but it's just like we're still missing. There's just still missing pieces.
They don't have either of their shooters, though, right? They've both been hurt.
Yeah, they need to get healthy if they want any shot of doing anything. Otherwise, it's just like a mismatch of talent. Just a bunch of guys together, but not like a team. They still need to figure that part out.
Yeah.
But at least KD and Kyrie are still putting up buckets. As for the West, Warriors.
I can't wait till Kyrie signs with the Lakers.
That ain't happening, man. That ain't happening.
It's going to.
In the West, I mean, we got what do we got? We got, I think, first tier Warriors Clippers. No disrespect to the other teams. There are some teams that could sneak in there, but for now, I say Warriors Clippers. Are there any other teams you think should be in that first tier.
Said Warriors, Clippers. Did you say anyone else?
No, for now. That's it. I can't.
For now. For now. I just want to know how long it's gonna take the Nuggets to gel, because everyone was predicting them to be a like top 2-3 seed because they didn't think it would take a gelling period, but now it's looking like because it's been so long that since they all three played with each other, Porter, Murray, and Jokic, they've had to readjust to each other, which is something that we could have never expected.
I mean, I just don't. I know everyone is like hyping up that old Murray came back and everything, but I just don't think the roster is good enough to be on that level. Like, they're a good team. They could potentially get in there, but I don't know. I'm just not bought in. I haven't been bought into that team for the most part. I'm also not putting the Suns in that top thing because I just feel like they're primed to just collapse at some point, even though they've started off well.
Pretty funny. I really want that to happen.
It's just a matter of time. It could be this year, it could be next year, just eventually. Then, what else? Tier 2 in the West, I've got the Pelicans. Then you could the tier 2 in the West is interesting because it's like what, Pelicans, Grizzlies, Suns, Blazers question mark, Timberwolves question mark, Mavericks question mark.
I would put Blazers tier 3.
The way I see it, Blazers looking damn good. One.
Yeah, but I don't know if they can keep this up, especially with a lack of depth. But I don't know. But then again, Gary Payton hasn't even played for them yet.
I completely forgot.
My thing is right now, the Blazers are playing so well defensively, and they're showing a lot of effort defensively. Thing is, how deep into the season is that gonna last? That's my thing.
I think they did like a good job retooling around Dame. I mean, they were never gonna get like a second star, like they were never gonna get KD or something, but they've done a good job at least, like revitalizing them because they needed a change. Simons might be a better fit next to Dame than McCollum was.
Loving what Simon's done so far.
The Pelicans are scary. I mean, they lost a weird game to the Jazz where Zion got hurt, and they beat the Mavericks without Zion and without Ingram. They destroyed the Nets. I feel like if Zion stays healthy, I could see the Pelicans as the 3 seed. There's so many. They can throw anything at you.
Man, even what was it? The other game they didn't have Zion or Bi. What was it yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday. They beat the Mavericks.
Trey Murphy went off.
They just have so many weapons.
They have guys that can just go off.
It's crazy. I mean,
even CJ McCollum yet this season. I assume he's just doing normal CJ things.
But I mean, I think the most likely 3 seed right now would probably be the Grizzlies, or the Suns. But I could definitely see the Pelicans, the Nuggets make a push for that. Timberwolves maybe too, but yeah, we started late, Yunis.
I can't hear you, Goofy.
Oh fuck. Whoops.
Wait, he isn't here. He isn't here. Stupid.
He just hopped in. Anything else NBA before we move on?
Yeah, I just want to say that all of our audience out there, a great host, Odeh, got to watch the Cavs destroy
Shut up,
us.
Yunis. God damn it. We already we mentioned this, and I said we're not talking
I
about
was
this.
having the time of my life.
God damn it, Yunis.
I was
We're
Jesus.
specifically
I was in the
avoiding the
stands,
topic of the
and
Bulls' awful home loss.
Good job, Yunis. No, see this. This is why you're my favorite co-host. No, because the dude I was sitting by, I was like sitting next to his girl, and then it was him in the seat next to her. And this dude is just screaming the entire time. We gotta play defense. We're not showing no intensity. Let's get some pick and roll going. Just screaming the entire time. He just would not shut up. First, I was getting a headache. I was gonna ask him for some money to go buy some Advil at that point because of how bad my head was hurting. And then at the end, he just starts getting super toxic. He's like, looks like we're gonna get us some new coaches next year. And at the end, Javonte Williams turns around and just, or not
Javonte Green.
He turns around and just stares into his soul for like a couple seconds and turns back around. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I was having the time of my life. Everyone was. Luckily, we weren't like. There was luckily like no diehards around us except for that one guy. Like the people behind us were like rich, stupid people. One of the ladies behind us goes, "Is Isaac Okoro on the Cavs?" I had to laugh out of that. Because the PA announcer was like, personal foul on Isaac Okoro, and then that's what she asked that.
She must have gone to Auburn or something.
But did you at least have a good time while you were there?
I mean, it's always fun to go, but it just, like, at the end, it was just like, bruh, come on, what is this crap? Anyway, last thing, Yunis, Bulls gotta get Jared Vanderbilt or Carmelo.
Maybe not Carmelo, but Vanderbilt is pretty young, and we see him.
The exact power forward we need.
Who do they have? Who do they give?
Blazers 2023 first round pick, which actually is gonna convey Anthony Bradley. Tank Jazz.
What's the protection
on it? It's lottery protected, but they're looking like at least a playoff team, so probably get that.
Oh, I don't know. Because Vanderbilt,
I don't know if he's worth the first round. I don't know what his worth is. Honestly, the Jazz would probably like to keep him versus like the other guys who are just winning them games but are older. But you know, it's at least something you gotta call out.
Siri showed me his entire life story, but didn't show me his age.
He's like 22.
He's 23.
23.
So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna take a lot to take him out. They probably kind of see him like not short term, but like midterm to long term.
I've been like pounding the table for us to find a way to get him for a while, but you know, we just need a power forward who can play defense. That's the main thing. Maybe Patrick Williams can become that guy, but I don't want to risk.
So are you willing to trade away Patrick Williams?
That dude sucks.
I mean, they weren't willing to give him away for Jeremy Grant last year, and I kind of understood it because it's like Grant isn't great. He's good, but he's not great. But I mean, Patrick Williams doesn't look like he's
because you don't
gonna
want
be good.
Jeremy Grant and DeRozan on the court together.
No, I think that could work because at least Grant can play defense.
True. Actually, Jeremy Grant isn't as bad as we should have. Just made himself.
I don't know. It's too early to talk trades. We gotta wait for more time. The Bulls are doing fine for now, but if things get a little dicey, a little tough in the East, I want them to trade that Blazers pick for more help. Let's move to football. So, a trade actually today. Our boy Robert Quinn is gone. Sad.
Puerto Rican Bobby. So sad.
We should have.
Oakland releasing some tears.
We should have traded him sooner and gotten a third round pick, but I will withhold that anger for now and simply say that this was bound to happen. And I was expecting it to be the Rams or the Chiefs, so I'm kind of surprised it's the Eagles, but low-key good move for the Eagles.
The Chiefs would be trading for Monty soon. He's next.
Chiefs would be stupid as hell to trade for a running back.
Imagine.
No, bro, I don't see Montgomery is like he's not good enough to get like a good trade for him. They're just gonna end up keeping him and then giving him like a small extension or something, which I don't mind.
Like, Khalid
I don't think he's a type of.
Yeah, but you can't rely on
No,
one running back.
No, he's not. He also, you can't rely on one running back, and also Montgomery is light years better than Khalil Herbert.
He's not light, bro.
I'm not here for this discourse.
Herbert's been better
Maybe
this
not
season,
light
bro.
years, but what Montgomery brings, dude.
I'm not doubting Montgomery's good, but like Herbert.
He's just
running the football has been better.
In the areas that we need him to be better.
Okay, but do you think Foles is gonna go out of his way and focus on him rather than Roquan?
Roquan, there's no team that's gonna give up like what a first-round pick for an inside linebacker right now. It just doesn't make sense. Unless like,
dude, keep Roquan. My question, I was just thinking about this earlier. Everyone's like, oh yeah, the Bears are gonna have 130 million plus in cap next year. So why the hell are we not paying Roquan?
No, I think eventually it'll happen. It's just like, just because you have money to give doesn't mean you should immediately give the guy all the money.
Yeah, but you have to pay somebody. There's a cap floor. We have to reach the cap floor.
Let me tell you what's going on. The Bears want to look nice from the outside. They're stocking up picks and money for next year. They could have just paid Roquan already.
They're gonna franchise tag him, which honestly is better.
We better not franchise tag.
No, honestly,
it's
because
gonna be like 30 mil.
It's gonna be
franchise tag for inside linebackers not that much. So this is how franchise tag works. You get the average of the top 10 salaries. So the max anyone makes is like what, 19 million. So, and let's say the 10th guy makes like 10 million, he'll make 15 million on the franchise tag, something like that. I just pulled that out of my sleeves, but it's not going to be that much different. And I honestly think
I don't know if he'll.
It's whatever. You just do that, and then eventually you give him what, 17, 18 million. But you don't want to have that be a problem, so you just tag him and then do your free agency stuff, and then you extend him after the draft.
You can do that?
Yeah, you have until like July.
Oh, then yeah, you're right, probably. Man, as long as we keep him, I'm gonna be really mad if we don't keep him.
But regardless of that, I mean, man, we should be 4-3 right now. This is that game against Washington, man. That was just so goddamn stupid. We should be 4-3. We should be in the playoff hunt. This stupid loss to Washington.
We should be 4-3. We agree, but let's talk about the positives from Monday night.
Hey, streets are saying we're back.
Streets are saying Luke Getsy finally understood how to call an offense.
Yeah, but he also understands that he has to disguise it every week. Now, because we played to Justin's advantages, we ran the read option a lot. But now you gotta use some trickery and make sure Dallas isn't just prepared for every read option Justin's gonna play. You know, I like the play action they got. Maybe more targets to Mooney. We'll see.
Oh yeah, I forgot Mooney got a couple catches but didn't do much. We need that's the thing. You mix up you just do a lot of the play action and the rollouts and the runs, and then every once in a while you could drop back and pass and it'll actually work. Whereas Getsy was just like, oh no, let's drop back every down with these crappy receivers. It'll work eventually. But yeah, Fields' best game of Fields' season so far, definitely.
Fields' season or Fields' career?
No, season. It's not better than the Steelers game last year. Steelers game.
The best game
Steelers game last year. It's not close. The game we got robbed.
Some of the throws.
The game we got robbed.
Some of the throws that he made. Some of the throws he made against the Steelers was just incredible.
The game we got robbed.
It's our last primetime game of the year, right?
Thank God, yeah.
This one?
We play the Cowboys.
What are you talking about, bro? We're gonna get flexed out when we're in the playoffs.
we play the Cowboys, and that's basically like spent all over.
Holy crap, bro! It would be so funny if we beat the Cowboys, because when I listen to the Bill Simmons podcast, and Bill Simmons is a Patriots fan, and then he has this guy on. His name is Sal. It's like his cousin, and he's a Cowboys fan. And the whole year, all I freaking had to hear was, "Oh yeah, the Bears. We're gonna bet on them to be the worst team in the NFL. All right, take this bet, guys." And it's like, bro, I don't think we're gonna be good, but come on, really, worst team in the NFL? No. And then if they if he beats,
the real question is, why are you not listening to watching the game?
I am, bro. But I gotta diversify. I listen to multiple podcasts, man. All right.
No.
He's in the lab. He's got to listen to see how he can become a better podcaster.
Yeah, of course. So this Sal guy, if the Cowboys lose to the Bears after the Bears beat the Patriots, it's just gonna be hilarious. So listening to their next podcast is gonna be so funny.
Actually,
excuses.
Have a tough next 2 weeks.
We didn't have Ezekiel Elliott, even though our backup running back is better. Oh no, we were at home. There were too many Bears fans. Some shit like that.
Yeah, we played the Dolphins. Alright. We play the Cowboys and the Dolphins. If we can win one of those two games, that would be nice. Because then we play the Lions.
Even if we lose both of them, man, as long as we play good and we see development on the field each week, which we're already seeing, but as long as the entire team, the entire offense, defense, special teams plays good, I mean, I'm fine with that.
That's
you're right.
That's the way to approach.
But I want to win.
I mean, me too, but
I understand that losing might be better for the long term.
No. Tanking is for fools.
Thanks. But it's just think about the scenes when we get the number 2 overall pick. The Lions sent us that pick and pick plus 2 picks to move up to number 2 to select CJ Stroud, but CJ Stroud refuses to play for the Lions because they're trash in this organization. So then the Lions end up having to draft Anthony Richardson with the 2nd overall pick. It's like when Eli Manning, he was the guy that did it, right? When he forced the trade.
That ain't happening, alright?
Yeah, that's...
Calm down.
It's gonna happen, and then we're gonna be finessing, sitting on 4 picks, still getting Jalen Carter and Quentin Johnson. The Lions will be in shambles.
I'll have what you're smoking.
Yeah. I got you. Send it over.
Let's talk about some other teams. The Packers suck, so thank God. Packers are trash. No receiver is gonna save them unless they get maybe Brandon Cooks. No, they're done.
They're getting AJ Green.
Oh, I'm so scared. 35-year-old AJ Green. I'm so scared.
They're building a 2013
All-Stars team.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move for Elijah Moore.
Yeah, but the Jets aren't dumb enough to trade him so soon. The Jets, man, this is what pissed me off about polls, bro. The Jets, Breece Hall gets injured, immediately they get James Robinson, bro. What the hell are we doing? It's not about the running back specifically. It's just about they immediately got more help for Zach Wilson.
Gave him Tristan Ebner for Elijah Moore straight up.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's why we don't trade Montgomery, because Tristan Ebner sucks.
He's so bad. Oh my god, I see him on the field and I just start spazzing.
Holy crap.
He might be my least favorite Bears player of all time.
Damn, all time, too.
And I don't even think it's close, almost. I'm trying to think if...
Is it Cody Park yet?
No.
He's just he's just slow. It's weird. He's supposed to be running back. He's slow.
Everything about him pisses me off. Not even just the fact that he's slow. He doesn't take a knee. So now we have to put Khalil Herbert back there. wasting his energy because he's supposed to take offensive snaps. Because the dude's an idiot and doesn't know how to take a knee, and he always runs it out and then barely gets to the 20, and we got Fields getting destroyed because we have terrible field position, and we just go run. Punt.
I mean, we'll see if he could even go for DJ Moore.
The Panthers aren't dumb enough to trade him too.
I mean, the Panthers are interesting. I mean, they just beat the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers are.
Oh my God, the NFC South.
Having,
the NFC South. The NFC South is the stupidest division in the NFL.
Hey, they're still gonna win the division. Don't worry.
Sure about that? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Falcons.
Falcons who, bro? Mariota can't do anything in a row.
Man, this guy didn't see him tear up the 49ers defense.
Yeah, an injured 49ers defense. No Joey Bosa, no safeties, no corners. Like, what are you saying? Come on, man.
I'm 8-9 division winner incoming, or 9-8 from this trash division. It's crazy. Like,
he is ruining his legacy by coming out of retirement. He didn't ruin his legacy, but he's definitely an idiot for coming.
The NFC,
in my opinion, he damn near should have retired after they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
The NFC, man, it's just terrible. The
NFC is so bad.
Bro, like, who's stopping the Eagles? Who is stopping the Eagles?
So I'm saying, if the Eagles somehow don't make it out of the NFC, it's a major letdown. A extreme letdown, actually.
Am I supposed to believe the Vikings are gonna beat the Eagles? No. Am I supposed to believe the Giants or the Cowboys are gonna beat the Eagles? No. The Seahawks? Loki maybe, because Geno is insane and Geno Smith finally having his breakout.
Okay, he's not
good. Okay.
Listen, man, every team should go after Geno Smith in free agency.
No.
He's gonna get a bigger contract than Russell Wilson.
They're gonna go after Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush isn't actually good. Cooper Rush is the guy who got carried. Geno Smith is the guy carrying. That's the difference. The Rams and the 40. Everyone's still like. That's the thing. The predicted contenders are just meh. 49ers meh. Rams meh. Packers meh. Buccaneers meh. Even some people thought the Saints would be really good. Meh.
Dude, is there a team with a worse future situation than the Saints? I don't think there is.
I mean,
I don't think there's a single team with a more worse situation.
I want to still believe in my boy Jameis, but
they announced Andy Dalton starting over him.
He's healthy, and they're starting a guy who threw back-to-back pick sixes. Like, dude, they're so bad. They have no quarterback. Both of the quarterbacks on the rosters are aging and not franchise guys. You don't have a first round pick, and you're 1-5. According to Saints fans on Twitter, the head coach is trash. They're in cap hell. The roster,
yeah, but they'll get a pick back for Sean Payton. So someone's gonna trade for Sean Payton. Could be the Broncos.
How?
You could trade.
How can they trade for Sean Payton? I thought
you can trade.
But he's not coaching.
Yeah, but because he retired and he still has years on his contract, technically, it's like a weird situation. Cowboys, if they flame out, some team out there will give him a pick.
So right now, if Sean Payton went to go sign a contract with a different team, he wouldn't be able to?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Those were 100% to pick a pick then.
It was a very weird situation, but either way, the point is the NFC is cheeks, and if the Eagles don't win this goddamn conference, alright? There's no disrespect to the Giants or the Vikings or Cowboys or the Seahawks. It's just like one team is clearly above the rest. The Giants, though, goddamn, I wish we hired Brian Dable, bro. That guy's cracked. Brian Dable has big balls.
Brian Dable brought the hype back in NY.
Him and Saleh, bro. That's what I'm saying. The Jets. Zach Wilson plays even worse than Justin Fields, but because the Jets have a real team, they are winning.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, they lost Brees Hall. But I don't know how that's gonna affect their offense.
I mean, but James Robinson good enough to replace him.
Yeah, but
and Sauce Gardner, man, Sauce Gardner is insane. The two best cornerbacks in the NFL, Jalen Johnson and Sauce Gardner. Don't give me Jalen Ramsey. Give me Jalen Johnson and Sauce Gardner.
Can you shut up so I can get my point out?
No.
I said it's rare for a corner drafted that high to make an immediate impact. You usually see them having to adjust and they take a minute, but Sauce has been great from the jump, which is incredible for them. And you know what's wild is that Joe Flacco was playing. The Jets were literally throwing the ball like 50 times a game. And now Zach Wilson is back and they're just not the ball.
Yeah, it doesn't make much
sense.
I guess it makes sense. Like, they realize, like, what the hell are we doing throwing 50 times a game when we have a great running back duo? Only took them a while.
Wait till they trade Zach Wilson to the Panthers and then they're gonna draft a quarterback, an actual good quarterback.
Bryce Young.
It's gonna be chills.
Bryce Young on the Jets soon.
Probably not.
Hey man, just don't say I didn't tell you.
The other, so the AFC East, yeah. So they're 5-2. Bills are 5-1. Dolphins are 4-3. Patriots 3-4. I mean, I'm looking at 3 playoff teams. At least 2 without a doubt, and possibly 3. It just depends because, like, the AFC South is gonna have only one team. Like, the Jaguars and the Texans suck. The Titans are 4-2, but I don't think they're good. And then the Colts. I'm sorry, the Colts are about to finish like 5-11 with Sam Ellinger. This is not gonna work at all.
That's generous.
It's not like Matt Ryan was good, but holy crap! Like, come on, Sam Ellinger, really?
Wait, he's right as well. There's 2 possibilities. He's either somehow decent enough to where, like, all right, they can justify giving him another year, and then they can address other holes on the roster in the draft, or he's absolutely horrible, but towards the bottom, or towards the top of the draft, I guess, and then they can draft the quarterback. So honestly, it's not a horrible move.
And everyone gets fired. That's definitely gonna happen.
I mean, they literally just signed Matt Ryan this offseason. The whole point was to get this guy to play, and I guess they used him as an excuse. Like, they didn't even address his injury. They just said, you know what, we mentioned for Sam Ellinger.
The BS thing is that the coach was like, I'm sorry, we have failed you. And then he's like, but we're benching you. What the what? Like, we promised you a great running game and a great O-line. And we haven't given that to you.
I said regardless regardless of the injury for benching you. That's so wild.
This just screams dumpster fire. Like everyone was like, "Oh, the Patriots are about to be a dumpster fire just because they switched Zappy and Mac Jones." I don't think that's gonna be like a big deal. I think everyone's just making it more of a big deal than it is. The actually big deal is the fact that this guy literally admitted that the team was terrible around Matt Ryan, but they're benching Matt Ryan. Like, really? Come on. That's a coach
Yeah, I
that's
think
gonna be
Ballard
fired.
is gone.
Ballard and
Reich
Reich,
might be
bro.
gone.
They've been living off of one decent year with Andrew Luck.
Yeah. I think
He's a
big issue.
Ballard is a fraud.
O-line, man. O-line is collapsing, like, worse than the Bears.
Yes, the
That's
O-line that they have, like, so much money invested in.
They've regressed major. And then they just never... They've never addressed the quarterback situation. It's just been old QB after old QB, guy washed. And they went to Phillip Rivers, to Brissett, to Wentz, to Matt. Like, how could they justify making that Matt Ryan trade?
I mean, to be honest, I thought it would work, but I'm also not working in an NFL front office, so.
But you only make that trade if you're certain you're a quarterback away. That's the only way you make that trade. That's the only way you trade for a, what is he, 40-year-old quarterback? That's the only way.
38? He's old, yeah.
Whatever the hell.
38.
North of
like a 96-year-old.
North of 35. The only way you do that is if you're sure you're only a quarterback away. But clearly, they were not only a quarterback away. And now they're screwed. So they should trade Michael Pittman Jr. to the Bears for a 7th to really get their jumpstart their rebuild.
No, they could use Trevor Siemian too.
They could use Sam Mustipher, because I heard that offensive line is Sam Mustipher, Trevor Siemian, and a 7th for Michael Pittman Jr. Chills. I would pay disgusting amounts of money to see Justin Fields with Michael Pittman Jr. They don't need him. They drafted Alex Pierce.
Alec
Pierce, Cincinnati legend.
And then we have the last two divisions, AFC North and the AFC West. So the thing about the AFC North is that I've got to think both the Bengals and the Ravens will make the playoffs because they're just way more talented than some of these other teams. And, they got Joe Burrow, they got Lamar Jackson. I know that it's been like a weird start to the season, but I do think they're bouncing back nicely. What are they both 4-3 right now? They should be good.
I think so, yeah.
But the AFC West, you got the Chiefs up here.
Had some hope, but Devontae Adams and Russ have not shown that yet. Actually, no, Devontae has played great, but the Raiders as a whole, not really.
You got
just the coaches. Outside of the Chiefs, the coaching in the AFC West is what's holding them back. That's the only thing. None of those rosters are bad by any means. Actually, you can argue, but they're not as bad as the way they're playing right now. I think it is justifiable to pin over 50% of the blame on the coaches for all three of those teams.
I could still see, the Chargers could still make it. But, they could still make it just because, the Jets or the Dolphins just kind of just aren't as hot down the stretch. But unless they, switch it up real fast because half their team is injured. Half their team is injured.
Half the team is injured. Mike Williams is now out for 4 weeks. And that receiving core is now brutal. Herbert's literally going to be throwing no one. The only good news is that They have the bye, then they play the Falcons. But they have no easy games left on the schedule. Like, literally none. Unless you count the 49ers and the Cardinals as an easy game. Actually, I lied because they play the Colts. Like, they still play the Chiefs. They still play at the 49ers, at the Raiders, at the Cardinals. They still play the Dolphins. They still play the Titans. They still play the Rams are pretty mid too. I don't know. They can turn it around, but it's not going to be convincing. It's going to be like they barely stumble into the playoffs, if anything.
Yeah, but it's at least better than whatever the hell the Browns, Steelers, Broncos, Raiders are doing. They're just lost.
Lost the terrible coaching. Nathaniel Hackett is the biggest fraud ever.
He's gonna get fired by the end of the season.
He should have been fired.
Yeah, but they can't. They gotta, some quota about keeping. You can't fire a first-year head coach. Just admit you made a mistake.
Just a mistake, exactly. Before it's too late, and now it's already too late. You already wasted a season. Paying your old-ass quarterback $50 million. Man, that contract is it crazy to say that contract could end up being one of the worst in professional sports? Or no?
It's possible, but I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. It's competition.
I do think
because they're gonna be paying him so much for so long.
But I could see Russ bounce back with a real coach, and that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, it's just too early to be oh, he's completely done to me. He could bounce back.
They just need him. They need to let Russ do his thing. No, Russ has 7+ years experience. When was he drafted? 2012.
Yeah.
So he's been in a couple Super Bowls. So let him do his thing. Let him lead this Broncos team the way that he wants to lead them. The experience that he has, and I can see them going places, especially with a good defense. I like outside linebacker Brownie. He looks like he has potential, and
they still have a good roster. They don't have to bail on the roster. The roster is mostly good.
Cooked. They need to trade it. They need to trade everyone to the Bears. I propose Pat Surtain and Jerry Jeudy for a 3rd round pick plus Sam Mustipher. That's my proposal. Hit the reset button. Bulls should trade Sam Mustipher. What do you think we can get? If we can get an 8th round pick, take an 8th round pick.
We'll take a draft pick in 2077.
I'll take it back and Canical.
Please get him as far away from my quarterback as possible.
Sad news is they're putting Lucas Patrick on IR.
So soon Cody Whitehair will be back, and we could put him as center. He started off with our team as a center, right?
Yeah, it was a weird situation. It always happens with us. You never have a normal line.
And they all suck. Alright, so I think that's about all we have to talk about, and so hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace out, peeps.
Alrighty, guys.